Hey there, Tundra Nation. We got a little more SHOT Show 2025 content coming to you from our buddies at ACETAC and Everlift Survival. Let's check out what's going on with them in 2025.
So tell me about what's going on with all of the med kit gear and all this fun stuff here. So the dry facts, I'm super interested in. I was telling your guy, I live in Minnesota. Currently, it is 41 degrees below zero, and I am outside.
You live in the land of Jesse the Body.
Here, hold on. Excuse me.
Hey, I'm Jesse Ventura. I used to be a Navy SEAL.
Educate yourself.
Huh? 5 out of 10?
You need a grassroots movement.
I'm kind of a dinosaur, I guess.
Sorry, this video is taking a turn for the worse.
It's all right. This is on. We'll say this is on brand for us. On brand.
So, the dry facts.
Yes.
Concept behind them. We did some stuff with the hurricane. We do some stuff with a lot of military and law enforcement. We've got guys around the world using our stuff. We've got guys in Ukraine, guys in Israel, guys everywhere. We were sending them needs.
Sure.
The advanced trauma kit, great kit, price point around 119. We've got countless stories of guys that actually use them boots on the ground in combat. One of the things we looked at was the weather over there. It was not a very good environment.
Sure.
So you take something like this, the carabiner, it's not for climbing, but you don't have to actually make a hot drop. You don't have to go and place it on the ground. You could go ahead and, I mean, some of the drones will actually carry these.
Sure.
So there's spots where guys cannot get to that you can latch that to a drone.
I mean, you're talking over here, the camera guy's an 82nd dude. How much would you like to have that to clip onto your kit as, you're putting in your kit as you're jumping?
It's pretty slick, right?
Flopping around, obviously, unless you're into that type of thing. I mean, some people pay extra for that.
Some flop is acceptable.
Some flop is for men of a certain age.
Some flop is acceptable.
You're the second booth I've made that joke with.
So, yeah, good time, right?
Yep, exactly.
So you got the molly in the backside. Again, it's not made to be like super put it on your belt, run around with it all day long, but this way you can integrate it to a panel, a pack, things of that nature. You clip out of it. Obviously, all your stuff is in dry storage, basically. So you open it up. The concept here is we didn't fill it to the brim, but we gave you the bare essentials. There's also a zipper compartment inside. If you need to put something sensitive in there that you kind of want redundancy, like I absolutely cannot let this little piece get wet or have this get damaged, you can do that as well. The reason behind this, like I said, we've got guys in combat, we've got guys in areas, you fold it a couple times, you fold it over, you do the little dry fact clip here. But I've got a buddy of mine that was actually a Little Bird pilot and was flying people out. He was in the Army, and it's one of those things that even as stupid as it sounds, sending it with a little carabiner, you latch it to something, you drop it, again, you get it good to go.
Exactly. You can put it on a line as it's going down with a diver or something.
Super easy.
Hi, I'm CMMG. You may remember me from such guns as the Mutant, now known as the Mark 47 for reasons.
Don't ask, don't tell.
The Descent Mark III in 8.6 Blackout. And we have the CMMG Banshee, the scariest brand of subgun on the market. Buy CMMG today. Tundra Tactical approved. Hey, I almost forgot to tell you, don't forget to use code TUNDRA10 at checkout for 10% off your order. Bye.
So this has been really, really popular for us. This is our RATS trauma kit, Rapid Aid Trauma Sleeve. So one of the things we do really well at Everlift Survival and ACETAC gear, I will save money wherever I can. For example, we use genuine First Spear tubes. We use genuine Duraflex buckles on the tactical side. The stuff that has to be right has to be really good. It has to be good. I don't want to cut corners. So where we can save people money but not cut corners, I'm all about that.
Sure.
So on the front here, it comes with this little pouch or little patch. You can go ahead and slide in like this one.
Sure.
You can slide in IR or if you want, LEO, blue, something like that, right? You got your 2-inch belt cut back here, so you can slide this straight onto a 2-inch battle belt. You got a 1.5-inch cut here if you got like an everyday belt.
Okay, so there's different cuts for different belts.
Different cuts, different belts.
Very nice.
You got molly on the back side. So
some flop is acceptable.
Some flop is acceptable. I'm going to make a patch next year.
I think so. You put my face on it.
Dude, I'll do it.
Let's do it.
Don't tease me.
Let's do it.
So you'll notice on the bottom side here, we have quick clot.
Sure.
And we have a genuine cat tourniquet. We get these directly from NAR. That's one of those examples. We will not cut corners where you can. If you get a cat tourniquet and it doesn't say cat tourniquet and you didn't get it from North American Rescue or a authorized dealer, throw it in the trash where it belongs.
Roger that.
Saved people's lives with them. Prior LEO, trust me. Open this up. It kind of deploys itself. You've got these, I think it's called Hyperlon straps. You pull the sled out.
Nice.
It's ready to go. It comes with chest seals, comes with your nasopharyngeal airway. Comes with compressed gauze, gloves, comes with a little bit of Sharpie, comes with your tactical duct tape here. The reason for this kit, gunshot wound, knife wound, puncture wound, something that you can get whatever it is to stop bleeding in a fast way, right? So you take a kit like this one's $124.95.
That's insanity. Okay.
You think about how much the quick
so
lock
good.
costs.
Yeah.
You think about how much that costs. Here's why we're able to do it. With Everlit, if you go on Amazon, we're all over Everlit, or all over Amazon with Everlit. We were really, really big during the pandemic. We were selling a lot of chest kits or chest seals, a lot of tactical rigs. We were selling a lot of trauma kits. The EDC trauma kit was really, really popular. The chest seals, they're phenomenal, but we can save a little bit of money by not having, I don't want to name drop some people here, but it works really, really well. Last year at Chacho, we were just throwing them on the booth and then sticking them to guys' arms and ripping hair off. So you put a carpet down on it, you step on it, you pick it up, rip people's hair off their arms. Like, how does it do that? The chest seals that we use, you ever get like a GPS that has that like self-sealing glue that goes on it?
Yeah.
And in the summer, you go to pull it off and it's like,
just,
it's a medical grade version of that. So the chest seals are really, really good. They're not vented, but there's a tab so you can vent it. My thing is this. Maybe it's an LEO hiccup. Maybe it's a military hiccup. If you're at the point where you know that you need to use a chest seal, you probably know that you can vent it yourself.
Yeah.
If you are at the point where if you needed a vented chest seal, there is a very small window where if somebody didn't get to you, a chest seal that's vented will save your life, because probably at the point where nobody else might get to you.
Sure.
So we'll save money on gauze. We'll save money on gloves. They're still good because we buy them in bulk. We get huge quantities of them. But now I can sell this kit, and it's not $200. It's not $250.
Sure.
It's practical.
It's insane that you can price down to like, but once you explain kind of reveal the man behind the curtain, exactly. All
So
that
once you see the wizard behind the curtain, the big philosophy for us is, I've been in that patrol car on a Thursday night shift, waiting for my paycheck to hit Friday morning, or at 12 o'clock, whatever, so that I could afford to buy something, and hopefully I could afford it, where it's medical. There's a lot of guys that are on duty, a lot of guys that are, private security.
They're going without.
They're going without it because agencies aren't buying it. So high-speed stuff like that, I hate to use the term high-speed, but that's kind of one of those things.
I mean, that's what us bald guys try to, live with, is that's our... It's the only thing we got left.
Run slick, baby.
I know, right?
So,
durability.
I didn't adhere it, right?
Unintentional acute durability and impact test.
So this is an intentional belt clip that goes on this. So this is kind of like a wallet trauma kit, but it's really not a wallet trauma kit. They're bulky. I don't think anybody's going to carry that in their wallet, right?
Maybe an ankle kit if you're really
we're working on that. We're working on that. So same thing. You can slide in from the backside.
That's what she said.
You can put whatever kind of identifier here you want. Slide in from the backside. You open it up.
Gotcha.
Going back to the save money where you can save money. Snake Staff Systems tourniquet.
Sure.
Phenomenal tourniquet. As far as the small, lower profile ones, phenomenal tourniquet. Genuine North American Rescue Quick Lock. We've got some gloves in here. We've got some bandages in here. This is a little bit more of like a extreme emergency kit.
Sure.
But if you can't carry anything bigger, we've also got Molly on the backside so that you can Molly this in. Me personally, I see this as like a little, some guys run GP pouches. I see the smaller kit. Some guys will run this on their belt. It's a really, really stiff clip on the back. Really, really rigid.
Wow, yeah.
So if you put that on a battle belt,
not going
it's
anywhere.
not going anywhere.
No. It'd be great for like a backside pack too, for your buddies in a stack or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. So that's some of the medical stuff. We've got different trauma pack refills. So this isn't like a standalone pack, but let's say that you have some gear where you really like that gear now.
Sure.
And you're like, man, Rob, I love your gear, but I really wish you would sell the contents. So we've got the trauma kits that are coming out, or the trauma packs. It's kind of a refill kit. There's no bag. You open it up on the inside. It just comes loaded out with stuff.
This could be something like a long-term storage kit you store down in your weather shelter or something like that. That's really meant to not necessarily be on kit or in the vehicle or anything like that. Anywhere where, obviously it looks like it's weatherproofed, it's sealed.
It's kind of like Mylar. I don't know if it is actual Mylar. It's kind of like Mylar, but it's one of those things where, okay, if I'm a prepper, if I've got my hermetically sealed Pelican case or whatever you want, right? You can put that stuff in there. You don't have to pay $119 for the kit.
There you go.
$119 for the kit.
Yep.
$119. You can buy these for $50, $60, $70, $80, depending on what contents you want. And now you've got sustainment for your family, your friends. You can afford to toss them. But you also, again, let's say you use a little bit of stuff out of that kit. I don't want to have to sell you the entire kit. So you can buy some things piece by piece.
That is a really,
website.
really nice consideration.
Yeah. You can buy them piece by piece on the website. Like we got our compression gauze, trauma bandages, our chest seals. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you an example just because you're here.
All right, let's do
So
it.
if I take our chest seals out, right? One thing we do with our chest seals, I don't know if everybody does, I include some gauze.
Okay.
You do not want to put that chest seal on a wound that's actively bleeding and there's blood everywhere. You want to try and at least wipe it or at least stuff this in there. Try to get it to where you can get that to seal. So you take this, you see when I pull this off, it looks fine, right? But the second that I start putting it on something, you see how like spider webs, kind of like I was telling you?
That's insane.
So it's a medical grade glue. Give me your arm.
Oh, okay.
Give me your arm.
Let's do it.
So if I go to take it off your arm, you see how it's pulling your skin like that?
Okay, it's not as painful as I thought it was going to be.
But you see how it's pulling on the hairs, it's pulling your skin. Look at that.
I'm not holding my arm up right now. It's holding the weight of my arm.
So, but that's kind of the stuff. So like I said, we'll try and save people money where we can, but we want to make sure everything's right. Like I said, I've rescued people. I've saved people's lives with tourniquets. There's things you don't compromise. There's things where you can cut a little bit of fat here. You can save some money. The bottom line is, I've been in that car. I've been in those shoes. I've been on the radio when there's really bad stuff happening. I've been the guy that rendered aid to somebody with 3 gunshot wounds in them. I've been the guy that's had the tourniquet stuff. I've seen it firsthand. You need to have it, and it needs to work. Well, that's it.
I love the qualification here because you're speaking not just from a place of enthusiasm and a want to give options to people that can't either necessarily afford them, or for somebody like me just sees this and this is a perfect use case scenario for me for peace of mind, right? Having a dry fac for like my car kit, right? Don't have to worry about a weather seal being broken in the car, over, chilliness, all that stuff.
Pull it apart.
All right, yeah, hold on. There we go.
So obviously it's not intended to be taken off, put on, but when you vent it, it is, right?
Yeah.
But long story short, even Patrick, one of our guys that's working the booth with us this year, he was like, dude, that should be on every side-by-side in America.
Right.
He was like, go up to the Polaris booth up there or whatever and show that stuff off. So a lot of cool innovation, a lot of stuff. Everything's a copy of a copy of a copy. Everything, everyone's trying to do it. I mean, but we're trying to do it a little bit different. I want it to be that you can afford our stuff. I want the 99% of people that can't buy a yacht to be able to buy our gear. That's why I need more people to buy it, because we're not charging a crazy amount of money for it.
Well, I will tell you what, you let us worry about bringing people over here. The dry fac, you have already sold me on this. I am so in. I am so in on the dry fac. I have been looking for something to fill that car kit role, or even just something like I record in the middle of a massive farm. So have it on the snowmobile, like you were saying, because you never know if you got to stick a thumb in it, like Scott did that one time. So
that's an off-camera conversation.
Fair enough. Oh, I got a great story about that too, but that's definitely an off-camera conversation. Fair enough. Well, Rob, dude, thank you for taking some time and telling us a little bit about the medical gear. Honestly, and I feel like it's the way for a lot of shooters, my weakest area of knowledge is medical gear, and that's a shame.
I will say this to your credit, and it's very astute of you. Guys have to qualify. What do you guys qualify? Twice? Most agencies, most LEO agencies qualify once or twice a year. Most officers I know, unfortunately, their gun doesn't come out until they have to go requalify.
Sure.
They don't oil their gun. They don't clean their gun until it has to requalify. How many times a year do you get trained on how to apply a chest seal? Well, you're maybe different, but your regular agency, never.
Really?
And I saw a YouTube video the other day, and the guy was like, "Oh, most agencies, they only have a week of training on a rifle." I'm like,
Roger.
A week of training on a rifle? A week of training? You don't get a week of training unless you go to SWAT school. So, there's that big need in the industry. Guys like you, other guys that, hey, listen, I don't care. I mean, I do care, but I don't care if you buy my brand. If you have questions, comments, concerns, reach out to me, talk to me.
Awesome.
I will share freely, but get training. Find out what you need to find out. You will use medical before you use your firearm.
100%.
99%. Whether it's a Band-Aid, whether it's a tourniquet, whether it's a Sharpie, whether it's gloves, you will use medical. And you can build it out. Yeah, get the training you need, especially on the medical side. You'll use that.
Yes. One of one of my only introductions to the medical side of things has been Skinny Medic and Sean Heron from the We Like Shooting side of things. I don't know. I'm familiar with those guys.
I know Skinny Medic.
So,
or not know him personally, but I know him. Yeah.
So I've gotten like a vast majority of my YouTube medical knowledge, which is, I say this in quotes, right? Because I in one ear, out the other. Like my brain doesn't retain things. So that's why I have to constantly train and constantly learn.
Like medical. Sorry.
There you go. No, exactly.
I'll beat that horse. I'm sorry.
I appreciate it. Just don't hit me. Because sometimes people say I have a horse face. That was a bad joke. I was reaching on that one. Don't worry about cut. Right? Anyways, Rob, I think we'll wrap it up here.
Sincerely, I appreciate you coming and taking the time.
I really genuinely thank you for all of your time. This dry fact is going on my snowmobile as soon as I get home. You're going to get a call from me, okay?
Reach out to me. We'll get you in.
Cheers. Tundra Nation, more from SHOT Show 2025. Check out ACETAC and check us out here on Instagram, on Rumble, on X, the whole thing. We'll see you soon, folks.